Okay, so I'm gonna show you quickly how to get your loom ready. This is the end result. Can you see that? So we're gonna have our strings nicely separated on the loom. So in class we cut our 12 strings and we waxed them all, got them ready. So the next step is we are just going to tie an overhand knot at one end. Put all the strings together and we'll tie an overhand knot. It's okay if you leave a little bit of longer tail. We're just going to trim that just to keep it tidy and neat looking. You don't want all these ends getting tangled in what you're trying to do. So now when you have that, we're going to count. We're going to split this apart into two, so we're going to count 6 on one side, 6 on the other, because we have 12 strings. If you had an uneven number, you would just split it in half. If we had 11 strings, you would do 5 on one side, 6 on the other. But because we have even, we're just going to... It's a little tricky because they are kind of sticking together because of the wax. But here I have 2 on this side, or 5, so I need to bring one more onto this side. So now we will have 6 on each side, which we will bring over to our loom, and we're just going to place it over top through the grooves. It doesn't matter which grooves right now. And we're going to bring it over to this side through the grooves. Now we're going to need to tie another knot over here. So you're just going to pull your strings so you have this kind of shape. Hold it and tie another overhand knot. And then you can clip that as well. Keep things tidy and neat. So they're still split up, 6 and 6. And we are going to loosen one of our spindles. So we'll loosen this so we can spin it. Now it's spinnable. And we're going to bring this knot and kind of hook it on that nail, trying to keep it centered, and then we're going to start spinning on the spindle and wrapping that extra thread around and around. And as you're spinning, you have to keep an eye on the other end, because you want the knot on the other end to land on that, or hook on that nail. Now once you have it nice and snug, you can tighten your spindle so it doesn't spin anymore. Now sometimes the screw will spin, so you might have to get a butter knife or a screwdriver and hold it while you tighten. Then it's on, your strings are on your loom, and now comes the part that's a little bit tedious, but once this is done, you're finished, and the hardest part of beading on the loom is over. So what we're going to do is we're going to take each thread and separate it into their own little grooves. So you're just going to run along, and for now just go all the way to the end and just pick it up and move it down. Pick up another string, try to get those little tangles down, and put it in a groove. We're not too worried this time around about evening it out. We're just going to separate the strands right now. Whoops, I grabbed 2. Let's move this one down here. And let's grab, there's another one here somewhere. Oh, my eyes are going buggy. Right here. And there's another one here. There's two in there. So they're separated right now. Whoops, my toothpick broke. I got a sliver. Ouch. Okay, all good. I'm good. This is a dangerous handicraft. Alright, so now we'll separate. We have, oh wait, I got tangled again. Okay, I might need a new toothpick. Oh, here's one.
Always have a backup.
Yeah, just in case. Be prepared. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 separated. So now we're going to do this side. So this is the hardest part, is just getting everything started. Just like weaving on anything, once you get your warp set up, the rest of it comes much easier. Okay, so I've kind of separated them, but now they're all even, or uneven. What you need to do is have for a string in every groove. So you want to try, and you want to make sure your strings are running straight. You don't want them crooked. So what you really should do is maybe, okay, we'll start right here with our first. So we're going to look here, and we have about a ½ an inch here. So we're going to make sure this strand is about a ½ an inch away from this side, or a centimeter, whatever that is. Now your next string is going to be in the next slot, in the next groove, which this one is, but on this side, but it's not on this side. So we're going to move it to that groove. So you're going to keep working that way, separating them into next grooves. Okay, so I have the first 6 done, and it's not exactly centered, so I might have to move them over again. So we've been doing one side at a time. Might be easy. Whoa, might be easier. See, my strings are getting looser. If they're too loose, you can always retighten your spindles. Spin the strings around a little bit so they're tighter. Alright, so I have 6 here, 6 here. So they have to be together, so I'm just going to move these ones down. And we'll go to this side and do it. Okay, so now I have my 12 strings. They're all running parallel, and they're all pretty loose though, so we can't have that. So what we're going to do is we'll take this spindle on this side and we'll just tighten these strings down until they're nice and firm and snug and tighten. Oh no, my screw is spinning. I'll tighten this so it doesn't move. Now after you've done that, this is kind of neat. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but if you take the springs, you can spin them and you can watch the threads go in and out and separate, and it kind of evens out all the spaces between them so they're nice and even. So spin your springs and then that's it, your loom is set up. And then our next step will be starting the beading.